I can't imagine how terrifying it would be to get trapped inside a game without being able to log out. What's up, everyone? It's W back with Reincarnated with a summoning system. This is the new isekai novel. I'm guessing you've watched Sword Art Online before? There are some similar elements to the setting of that anime. The chapter opens with our Cain waking up with a headache in an alley, confused about where he is. He notices a character creation screen in front of him, and he thinks he must have bought a new VR game. However, as he interacts with the character creator, he starts to realize this seems more advanced than any game he's played before. He's limited in the races and classes he can choose. When he tries to randomly generate a character, he ends up with the Puppet Master class, which can summon golems and use skill books from other classes like Hunter and Shaman. Not exactly what he was hoping for, but he accepts it. He's then transported to a new world and finds himself in the same dirty alley. He explores the area and comes across a retro 50s style diner across the street. After getting food and a place to sleep for the night, he wakes up to a girl named Misha, explaining that this isn't a game. They've really been transported to another world. Only people who are transferred like them seem to get the interface menus and status screens. Misha has been trying to level up as a cleric, but it's difficult without a party. Cain starts to panic, but Misha explains the transfers have been arriving for generations, so it's unlikely to be a game that's been going on that long. Cain meets Misha, a level 11 cleric, who explains how dangerous the new world is. There's no respawning in the lower levels, so if you die, you're gone for good. Leveling as a healer class like Cleric is also extremely difficult alone since you have no attack skills. Groups don't want low-level healers either. Misha notes Cain's starting Puppet Master robes are unique. She's surprised he randomly rolled an advanced class with a 1% chance. Puppet Master lets him summon golems and use skill books from other classes eventually. Misha has to leave with her party, but gives Cain breakfast on her, flipping him a silver coin. She advises him to do the starter dungeon to earn coin. After breakfast, Cain heads there and is given a basic wooden bat before entering. Inside the starting dungeon, Cain summons his 2 golems for the first time. He faces his first enemies, a wolf and some cats. The golems deal with the cats as Cain bats away the wolf. After a few more fights, he levels up to level 2. Deeper in, he faces a dire wolf boss, which he defeats to get a rare skill book, Book of Poison Arrow. Leaving the dungeon, Cain sells his loot for 5 silver coins total, way more than Misha made in 2 weeks at the same level. He realizes group's power level by lining back up and regaining their health quickly between runs. That night, Cain stays in his new apartment, which costs 5 silver per month. It's basic, but covers necessities. He buys food and plans to earn more coin in the dungeon the next day. Running it multiple times gets him to level 7 by the end of the day. Cain overhears other players saying the second dungeon drops can earn over 100 silver, total split between a group. He wants to get armor to reach level 10 as fast as possible to try it out. So, in summary, the chapter does a great job setting up Cain's arrival in the new world and dangerous game-like system. I have to say the beginning of the novel is extremely captivating, with a really fast pace. Chapter 4 dives deeper into Cain's character. He improves his stats to boost his golem's strength and durability. To his surprise, his Puppet Master class can reallocate stats freely due to the molded like clay passive. This changes his playstyle significantly. Trying the second dungeon alone, Cain is overwhelmed by the stronger monsters. He retreats with a rare skill book as a consolation. Back in town, Misha's group needs more crowd control for difficult pulls. Cain joins, proving his value by taunting monsters away from the party. Working well as a team, they defeat the first boss. Cain levels up twice from the improved strength and numbers XP boost. The group celebrates and sells their drops for good coin. It's clear teaming up is key to success in this dangerous new world. Cain brings more golems to assist in combat. With a stronger, greater golem tanking, pulls go smoothly until a skill book drops. This causes conflict as the other party members demand Misha turn it over, not caring she earned it fairly. Cain acts to protect Misha, kicking them from the party before combat begins. Despite being outnumbered, Cain's strategy and poison arrows allow them to defeat the boss. The experience bonus rewards them greatly for overcoming adversity. They exit safely thanks to help from Synopsis, who they recognize as the helpful tank from before. He explains the traitors were handled by a strong player faction. Cain and Misha consider grouping just the two of them, but are invited to join Synopsis' guild runs instead. This introduces Lickety the sorceress and Steps the rogue, with potential for powerful synergy. Lickety's damage is incredible for her level, aided by legendary amulets. Together they burn through the dungeon, obtaining rare drops and leveling up rapidly. Cain is surprised to learn the squishiness of everyone but himself. Will this team ultimately be able to successfully return to the real world? Who is the hidden boss that has trapped them in the game world? Finally, let's review some of the key information about this novel. The McCain and other players have been transported to a new fantasy world via an unknown system after drinking and playing games. This world operates similar to an MMORPG with levels, classes, dungeons, and loot drops. However, death is permanent with no respawns. Cain randomly rolls the Rear Puppet Master summoning class at level 1. This allows him to summon weak golems and gain skills from books. He meets cleric Misha, who helps him learn the dangers and leveling strategies in this new, brutal world. Their friendship and teamwork grows from the start. So, what do you think? Do you think Cain will be able to return to the real world? If you want to know more, search for System on WebNovel. You'll discover an entire new world.